first thing I did that helped really get me results was to include a better warm-up and to properly learn and understand, one, why are they important, and two, what kind of exercises or drills should I be doing in my warm-up. And the two main things that I came to a conclusion after my studies were, one, dynamic exercises. That is the best way to warm up. And two, include a couple mobility drills. And mobility is something that's not talked about as much, but it is so important because mobility is just the overall range of motion someone has within their body. This can help you squat deeper, run faster, train harder, and most of all, good mobility can help keep you active for years to come. So this isn't only benefiting you now, but this is something that you are benefiting from years to come down the road. As soon as I started incorporating dynamic exercises and my mobility routine into my warm-up, the results were astronomically different because I was having such better training sessions. Not only mentally was I able to check in more with myself and really connect mind to muscle, have that preparation time before my workout, but I was also getting my heart rate up and preparing my body, going through the same movement patterns. That way, as I start adding weight, things are feeling really good. And so mentally, I can push myself further. On top of that, having and practicing my mobility has helped me to squat more because I can hit parallel, and I'm getting more out of each and every single workout because I'm being more efficient and effective, having an increased range of motion, getting the full movement pattern out, and doing everything properly. My warm-up can last from anywhere from 5 to sometimes even 15 minutes depending on how tight I am or if I have a specific area that I'm trying to target to loosen up or warm up. My lower body days and upper body days slightly vary. Upper body days, I do a couple more exercises that really help with specific issues as of my shoulders. I want my back really warmed up and I want to make sure that there's no tightness. And then for lower body days, I am really focusing on my hips, making sure my ankles and knees, all of those joints are feeling really good and smooth before I start adding on weight and lifting really heavy. The second one is training with intention, and this one is actually very challenging and something that I'm always trying to refocus on. But training with intent is being engaged and present in the moment. This requires a lot of determination and focus. Every single rep matters. A lot of times I'd go into the gym and I'd say, oh, let's just get it over with and let's just burn through these reps, let's go through the motions and we'll be okay. While sometimes that is the case. And sometimes that needs to happen where we're trying to still practice the habit. It's not going to be the best workout, but we're still trying to show up for ourselves. That still matters and that still counts. I'm not disregarding that at all because there are a lot of days where that has to happen for me. However, when I am showing up with full intent and I'm getting the most out of my workout, those workouts are huge strides. It's something that I've really had to focus on is being very present in the moment. A lot of times, even now, I'll be mid-rep and I'll say, man, I've only gotten to 4. I have 4 more reps to go. I start having this inner dialogue of just give up, stop here, you've done enough, you're okay. My mindset is weak. And what I've realized is when I train with intention and when I can catch myself in that thought process and say, let's just breathe, let's get through this, we're gonna be okay. It is 10 times better because I'm fully in the moment. I am focusing on my muscle to mind connection. I am completing all sets and reps, and bringing that intensity and intention makes all the difference. The last step is protein intake. And let's talk about it. Protein. One of the most commonly asked questions is how do I increase my protein intake? How do I eat more protein to have the gains? How? So I thought it'd be cool to go through my pantry and my fridge and show you some of my high protein options that I love to do to just help incorporate a little bit more protein into my diet to my goals to get the gains, to get the results. So starting off with the fridge. Let's see what we got in here, folks. First things first, you probably could have guessed it, but Greek yogurt. Now we have 2 different types of Greek yogurt in our fridge. We have normal, non-fat, plain Greek yogurt. Something that Darian and I do is instead of sour cream, we always use Greek yogurt. I don't know what it is. It actually tastes the exact same and you're getting more protein with this. For 3/4 a cup, you're getting 16 grams of protein. And if you ask me, that is an easy way to help get this in. Like whenever I make stuffed peppers or I'm making enchiladas, tacos, I'm always just spreading on a dollop. It's a way to get a little bit extra in. Or even if you're baking and recipes call for sour cream, you can always substitute that for plain non-fat Greek yogurt and you're always getting a little bit extra protein in. The next thing is vanilla Greek yogurt. This is the type that we like to snack on. There are so many different options, whatever you prefer. There are so many good brands out there. This is just the one that we like and tend to buy. This one has 17 grams of protein for 3/4 of a cup. This is super easy to get protein in. I have yogurt bowls with fruit and granola. I throw this into all of my smoothies. Vinny and I are always downing some good Greek yogurt. I feel like the possibilities are really endless, and this is always just a good snack if you're like, oh, I'm hungry, or even if you have a sweet tooth, you want something sweet. This is awesome. Throw some fruit on there, even a little bit of granola if you want that, and you're set to go. Also, I add this into overnight oats. Fire. That's another way to help get protein in, and I actually prefer overnight oats over microwaved oats right now. Like, that's the phase of life I'm in. That's my era right now. Easy to get an extra 10 to 12 grams of protein because it's about more of a half a cup into my overnight oats for the recipe that I use, so fire. Next up are eggs and egg whites. Okay, and look, if I'm being honest, it took me a while to like not be kind of grossed out by this. I don't know why I had such an ick for these for so long. I will usually use 1 whole egg, and then a bunch of egg whites in. 3 tablespoons of this is 5 grams of protein. I literally use like half a cup of this. It's just protein packed, dude. Egg whites, they're fire. And you really do get more protein in these than you do just with the whole egg, which is still great. Like, I love to have at least 1 whole egg in a bunch of egg whites. I like to mix it when I do like egg scrambles and stuff. I love both, and there's a reason for both. I'm never trying to say like, oh, only have egg whites or only have eggs. And there's so many different ways you can make eggs. Next up is milk. I feel like I'm the only influencer in the world that actually drinks milk. I feel like everybody's just almond milk, oat milk. It is what it is. That's great. Like, we also have almond milk in our fridge, honestly, and I use that too. I just also love normal milk. We drink 2% milk. It's great for Vinny to have 2% milk. He also has almond milk, but I'm just one of those people, and I feel like I'm the only one who literally still drinks cow milk. And people are like, ew, that's so gross. I have such an ick, and I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I literally could make my own almond milk, coconut milk, cashew milk, but I still love this. And it has protein. 1 cup has 8 grams. So every time I have cookie milk, I'm loading up on the protein and calcium. Let's go. Another fine option is cheese. Again, I feel like there was a big phase in life where people weren't eating cheese, especially influencers. And I'm here to tell you, I eat cheese, and I eat a lot of it, okay? I love cheese. I love dairy. I used to think I had to cut it out because everybody was saying that they cut it out and it made them break out and bloated. You know what? That's not the case for me. I love cheese, okay? And I'm never gonna cut out a food group just because somebody else is telling me to do something. I ain't about that life. So we have lots of assortments of cheese. Darian and I love cheese. Welcome to our YouTube channel. We're always talking about cheese. We've got Parmesan. I put this on my eggs. It's fantastic. And then also we just have like normal block cheddar cheese that we also love and put on tons of food. I make grilled cheese and tomato soup every single Sunday. Sometimes I like to add cheese onto my eggs, and I use it in recipes. I bake with it, like stuffed peppers. So 1 ounce of this has 7 grams of protein. That's a great way to add a little bit of extra protein into your diet if you want to add some cheese. Last but not least is deli meat, which again, I feel like is controversial. Like, I had a couple people on one of my YouTube videos be like, I can't believe you eat processed meats. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm literally eating deli meat. I'm like, wow. Some people just, you can't make some people happy. It is what it is. And I don't always have deli meat in my fridge, honestly, but sometimes it's just so nice to add that to a sandwich, have a quick fix for my lunch, for Vinny's lunch. Like, everybody's in such a different place of life. I don't know why anybody's hating on like some of these food groups. Like, turkey is an amazing option that can be really budget friendly for families. So I don't know why people gotta be tripping, especially in this recession. I love me some freaking turkey. I just had that on my sandwich. I've been making breakfast sandwiches with eggs, cheese, and turkey. Like, bada bing, bada boom, protein, baby, let's go. Good old deli meat. This is so aesthetic, isn't this? A good old package of deli meat. Yum. When it comes to items in the pantry, there are a few. The first one being tuna. Good old canned tuna. Now let me say, sometimes tuna gives me the ick, okay? But I have found a couple of recipes that are absolute fire and that make this really good and jazz it up. One of them is my tuna cucumber bites. Absolutely love that. That is on my app. And I'm trying another one. It's the spicy tuna with this seaweed. Let me grab the seaweed, hold on. My friend said that she tries this. This is like the seaweed. So I was like, okay, I'll just make like spicy tuna with this. And she said it tastes kind of like sushi. I mean, not really, but it tastes good. So I'm gonna try that out and try some more recipes. But for example, this bigger can of tuna, this has 36 grams of protein. 36. This tiny can that I can hold in my hand, 36 grams of protein. You gotta be kidding me. And this smaller one, 20 grams of protein, the same that you would eat a protein shake, this little can of tuna is. And it's a really good snack, especially if you pair with things that can really help you feel full. So tuna is an awesome option, and it is really affordable, and honestly, you can really jazz it up to make it taste really good. Another thing is protein pasta. Now, I'm not saying throw out your normal pasta, okay? The Trader Joe's pasta is my favorite pasta of all time, but every once in a while I will substitute it for a pasta that is higher in protein. There are so many different options. You've got Bonanza that is made of chickpeas, they've got lentil. Try them all, see what you like, and every once in a while add it in. Or if you love the taste even more than regular pasta, just sub it out completely. I just don't want you to feel like you have to have these every single time. Like you can't eat regular pasta anymore. Like, no, that's not the case. But every once in a while, if you're really looking to increase your protein, like throw this in 2 times a week if you really are into pasta. Like that's an awesome option. This has a lot of grains and lentils in it. It looks like lentils, some chickpeas, and a little bit of grains, which is cool. So for 1 serving of this, which is 2 ounces, you get an extra 10 grams of protein. So that's, again, it's just an easier way to help add it in. And if you're adding it in a little bit here and there, right? Like let's say you're getting an extra 15 to 20 grams with egg whites. Then for a snack, you're having your Greek yogurt. That's an extra, 10 to 15 grams of protein. Then also with your snack, you're having 20 to 30 grams when it comes to your tuna. Then dinner, you're adding in a little bit extra protein with that pasta. You've got an extra 10 grams. That can be anywhere between 40 to 80 grams of protein that you've just helped increase a little bit by spacing it out meal by meal. It doesn't have to be like, oh, you're just scarfing down protein all the time, but you can find options in each little way to add just a little bit in. That way, it's doable. It's not like, oh my gosh, I need to eat protein. Like, where do I start? I'm chugging 20 protein shakes. No, you can use whole foods to be able to help increase your protein intake and also give you a lot of other vitamins. I mean, I'm just talking about protein. There also are a lot of other benefits when it comes to some of the foods I've already mentioned. And I feel like that is a lot more friendly and welcoming, especially when it comes to building your relationship with food. Just knowing, oh, I can slowly do this. I can add in, I can test things out. Protein pasta is not my thing, but I actually really like tuna, or I like cheese, or whatever it is. Like you could just slowly implement that into each meal over the day or into your snacks. Take it 1 meal at a time if you're really stressed out about this. But I just want you to know, like, you could totally do it. There are just so many options. You just gotta look for some of those, and hopefully some of these recommendations are really helpful. Another fun one that we have occasionally, because honestly, I don't buy this all the time, but we just happen to have it in our pantry because every once in a while it's really fun to get Kodak cakes. This is another great way to get protein in because they are protein-packed pancakes. Power up with 3 hearty protein options. You can just add water and it's 14 grams. You can replace water with milk and then that's about 17 grams. Or you can hit 20 grams of protein by replacing water with milk and adding an egg. That's insane. That's an awesome way to help get your protein, especially if you're somebody who likes sweet for breakfast. Something that I've low-key slept on for my pantry that is protein-packed and also delicious, and I just love to snack, is pistachios. So Wonderful's Pistachio was actually a sponsor on my podcast, and I was like, why have I been sleeping on pistachios? Like, I forget how fire these are, and I also have like them in the shell, which is so nice because whenever I edit or I'm doing certain work, I like to do something with my hands, and I love the act of like popping the shell open and eating pistachios. I love it. But they also taste so good. And I've also made recipes of like crusting my salmon in pistachios and chicken. It's so good. A 4th cup has 6 grams of protein. Last but not least, I had to include this one, but let me just preface this by saying you can get your protein intake by Whole Foods. But I had to include protein powder, okay? Like, honestly, again, it is a supplement, and supplements are just that, a supplement added to whole nutrient-dense foods. I always think prioritize those. Build a habit, start learning a couple recipes, like your 5 go-to recipes that you have, use those, eat those, cycle them in and out, and keep trying and just experiencing and building your relationship with food. But it is so nice to have a protein shake. If you need a quick, bad protein, this has, I think, 25 grams of protein, am I right? Yeah, 25 grams of protein. This is Beams, this is their fruity cereal. It genuinely tastes like the leftover milk after you've had a bowl of Fruit Loops. 10 out of 10, it is so gas. They also have a vegan option. Their best flavor vegan, in my opinion, the one that I love and gravitate toward, is their brownie batter. It is so good. I did not even know it was vegan when they first sent it. Darren and I drank it, we're like, this is so good. And then like a week later, after we've been having it, I'm like, wait, this is vegan. We didn't even know it's that good. And I didn't really mention any of the meats, right? I feel like that's kind of obvious. Get your chicken, you can get your salmon, you can get your ground turkey, shrimp, steak, pork loin. Those are kind of the ones that we're always getting and eating and kind of rotating throughout the week, the month, and just finding new recipes. I think it is almost the best to have a couple of recipes on hand that are your go-tos. 5 that you just can always say, oh, I don't know what to eat. Oh, this is good, this is good. And that's gonna take some time and practice. I just want you to always feel like the possibilities are endless and you don't have to be stuck in a corner when it comes to protein. If you're trying to increase your protein intake, you don't have to just stick to protein shakes. You can find a lot of other food. Find what works for you. I just want you to know that like, this is such a fluid relationship and it's ongoing. This is your life and you're trying to find things that fit into your life to mold into you. Fitness genuinely is just learning how to take care of your health, take care of your body, and finding joy in that, finding love for just taking care of yourself and feeling that confidence within yourself. So whatever works for you, do it. I hope you guys liked this video. I really hope that you found this helpful. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, download my app, listen to my podcast every Wednesday. This outro just gets longer and longer with the list of things to do. No, I kid. But you guys, thank you so much for watching. Just thank you for being here. This is so fun and it's been such a challenge to do Vlogmas, but this has been so rewarding for me because I've proven to myself that I can do this. Thank you for watching and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.